right. So it looks like it's trying to hold this moving average. We kind of got a little bit of a pop here over the last half an hour. Decent gap up this morning. Getting pretty close to all-time highs from Friday. Like to see it. I mean, if we're going to continue, I'd like to probably see it happen in today's market. Because if it doesn't, and today's daily candle closes the other direction, I would kind of start to read this as like a false breakout on the daily, and then probably expect the pullback back down and retest the low. So definitely going to want to see bullish pressure today for that scenario to continue. We have a decent gap up. We could see it early on in the session, maybe. See how we open. It's like a 20-point gap up. It's a pretty good opening candle. Nice, we just tested above that swing, so we've held now. There's one more spot above 19, and then that's it. After that, it's highs. The two pretty strong open candles right there. Gap and go scenario happening right now, potentially. See, we didn't actually get above, I don't think. Not quite yet. And then after that, the last little area, I'd say it's pretty much straight shot back to all-time high. Let's see how it goes here. Definitely a good looking open for this condition to retest like the high. Potentially. See if we can hold this pullback. I'm gonna try again. A little bit of a pullback here. Might be almost too big for the gap and go to kind of really be taken off still. Maybe not though. I'm iffy. I'm iffy. Trying. Nice. All right. So there is some popping. There's 19, 20. We're above. Nice. All right. And the last thing then is like the 23.50 or whatever it is for all-time high. It was a decent pullback risk because if we break above this with any kind of, like we did basically, we should test all-time high, I would think. Good risk to reward on that. We do have, I think it's new home sales at 11. Yeah, 28 minutes. We have existing home sales for October. That's the only 3-star economic release today that I'm aware of, or that I'm going to pay attention to anyway. It's right there. It's trying. Hey, good morning, man. Couple points from the high. I wonder if we'll stall a little bit here and give a two-legged pullback. It is really early in the session, so maybe not. Although, to be honest, if it gave a two-legged pullback because of what time it is, it would end up closing. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. I'd say it would close that 5-minute candle very bearish, but if it happened now, it would be okay. Visually, for me anyway. We're gonna come down a little bit. Trying to hold that higher low, just keep going. Try and be patient. Structurally, if we get a little bit of a pullback and then a signal for a two-legged pullback that looks nice, I am definitely interested and going to get involved. But at the same time, the other part of me, because we're so early on in the session, is like, my thought is almost like, if the bullish pressure was going to continue, it should maybe have continued already and not stalled so much. This is definitely a much larger second leg back than I would have been looking for. Coming back, testing this little range here. Definitely not visually quite what I was looking for to happen. A decent 2-bar. It's decent. Looks like it's trying to work. Yep. Might have flubbed the bag there. That should have been the entry, I guess. I didn't really care for that. Didn't really care for how big of a pullback the second leg was, so it is what it is. Wasn't super interested. That's a-okay. Whew. Whew. Basically pulled back right to the entry. One tick above where the entry was. I think the high, we didn't quite break it, I don't think. Now we were one tick away. Still hanging on though, still right there. No follow through yet on that big bearish candle. Oh, there, that's all-time high. We're back. We're back at it. Now, do we continue? Do we continue? It's a pretty strong open. Nice. Didn't, you know, like one tick or two tick above the high and then get rejected right away. That's nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, nice clean amount of orders flowing through. It's a nice clean push. Nine minutes from the economic release. I don't know how much bearing that is going to have. There's something to be aware of. Well, the market definitely likes that Biden picked Jerome Powell again. Lined up right with the all-time high test. Yeah, for sure. Yep. May give us a little bit of volatility right around the release, so just gotta be careful of that. Still holding on here. We actually didn't even check below that bearish candle. Held the low so far. So far, no setups for me other than this one that I didn't take because visually a little bit off for me, but just being patient. Definitely have a nice long push happening. What's our contract count in this first A period? Like 150? 150K so far? 160K? Still 10 minutes left. we might get a pullback here. We did have some little bit of weakness here. We tried one more time. It didn't go very far. This closes as a 2-bar reversal signal. We could get a pullback. It's 3 ticks, not 2 ticks though, so no mean reversion trade for me. Didn't close super bearish. A little bit of hesitation, but that's it. Candles aren't going lower than themselves though. It's or than the prior one ever. It is a strong push for sure. Little 1 tick poke there. That pullback tested my entry for a break-even +1 perfectly. All the break-even +1s right there would have been tagged. It's pretty kind of funny, like perfectly. Finally got a candle pulling back a little bit. 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes really till the release. We may get a little bit of just people exiting positions before that happens. My economic calendar is a little slow too. It's usually like I don't actually see the numbers that come up for like a minute, I think, after. which is fine because I usually don't try to jump in on anything like that. We're still going. We've qualified for a high one entry on the 5-minute chart. That's a strong push. Wow. They were slightly higher than expected. So more bullish news. Nice, yeah, like 190. They definitely have the volume criteria as well for a one-time entry off the 5-minute chart. Haven't even ever touched the moving average yet today. Strong push. Very far away from it. Well, the market's done a good thing at trapping me out. That's for sure. Hindsight, there's some spots that would have like that. I mean, it made sense to get long, but setup's never fired. $30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Gonna close potentially as an inside candle. Oh, I would have rathered another push down. Looks like it's trying to hold a higher low. Only one tick under there. Now we have our trigger above this inside candle on the 5-minute chart. Well, we're not, like, we're getting smaller candles, but we're not dipping at all. I want to long, but at the same time, like, it feels so wrong to long right now. Trying to fight the urge. I would have rathered it have done 2 legs down and touch the moving average for me. Finally got a moving average, maybe touch entry. But then it didn't. It held like 1 tick and then kept going. May just continue. Technically, the one-time entry, 1 tick above that inside 5-minute candle stop below, is still valid. It's still trying to work. Quick little dip, small channel, grind right back up. It's trying, for sure. I mean, looking at it more and more, we got another 5-minute candle close that looks good. It looks like it wants to at least check above again. Done 2 attempts and both have failed. Oh, there's our test above. $39.54. So it popped by a point. Popped and then chilled. We're right back in for now. We're gonna slow down. I very much like that presentation for a mean reversion trade, but the one part that I am allowed, like it disqualifies the trade, is that it broke above by more than my strategy allows for. It could just be a small pullback in and keep going. So technically, this was our inside candle trade entry after 5 in a row. Were you able to grab a little bit of these moves one time? It's looking a little top heavy up here for me, really. Trying to do a little bit of follow through that retest. Nice. Very nice. I like how you keep track of it like that. That's how I do it too. your risk, you know, total risk. I made X risk, I lost X risk. Because the risk number, you know, changes from person to person. I assume that's what you meant anyway. -1 risk plus 2.75 risk. Yeah, absolutely better than keeping track of it with money. I agree. Definitely looking a little top heavy. We, you know, found sellers here the first time. We managed to hold it and push up one more time, but then that push ended up, you know, after it broke again, it closed as a, you know, a bearish candle. Nice shooting star or whatever you want to call it. Not the worst looking verse signal, but it's quite a bullish push. I don't know that it would be a big pullback. If at all. The fact that it only went one tick below and then found buys right away almost leads me to believe it's a trap. Keep it going higher. It's 11:10. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep. Hey, we finally touched the moving average. One tick poke. Do we hold that one tick probe? Tried here, went, sold again, tested one tick below. If we get a little bit of bullish pressure, I'd absolutely long over it. Never mind. Disqualified. So still waiting. I flubbed a little bit early. This was really my true trade signal for the day. Was a little bit too conservative for it. Absolutely could have taken it, but dang, eh? Did get a decent bullish reaction off that next poke down, but looks decent so far. Didn't end up really giving me the presentation for my entry that I wanted, but it did have really good follow through. I am glad that I didn't try to step in front of it anywhere, try to do any kind of mean reversion. Would have got caught multiple times. I understood to not do that. I didn't capitalize on getting long either. It's still chilling in this range. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving week for America this week. It's shortened hours on Wednesday and closed Thursday. I have to look again. I'm Canadian, so I'm not familiar with your guys' days. I always have to pay attention to that. Early close is Friday. Okay. I was gonna look at the calendar stuff after today's session. Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Still kind of stuck here in this range. Whoops. Not much for me to really do here. I don't want this high one entry because we already did that here. So my count reset. Definitely have some selling pressure, some profit taking happening here. Distribution. Maybe we test a little lower, which would then give me a two-legged pullback on the 5 minutes. So then I could start to watch for a potential mean reversion trade back to the upside on the 1 minute. But currently, I mean, from our high, we pulled down, we tried again, couldn't even get over this part, went a little lower. We did pop up and go over this like the middle swing by one tick, and then came back down, and we're kind of retesting this little valley through here. If that holds, maybe another push. If we got another pullback on the 5 minute chart, a little lower, specifically just underneath this guy, and then we got the right signal on the 1 minute, could be a trade entry. If it holds here though, I mean, it would hold the higher low after it broke the swing, so may work. I mean, the fact that we didn't reject up here and then just quickly dump still seems fairly bullish to me. I would just like to see it a little lower for me to get an entry. Kind of pulled under those two candles there, but still holding that swing. $34 to $33. So yeah, right under there. There's a low volume area. $32 to $34. Low volume. We got some stacked orders. Price may visit there. We're slowly making our way down there. Ever so slowly. It's kind of the area I'm holding out for. See if I can get a proper setup in that area. Okay, we finally went below. Approaching that low volume area here. See what kind of price action we get down here. Although we did increase volume the last couple candles as we're selling off. Let's see. See if something, the right thing happens through here. The criteria is there now for me a little bit. We have successfully done a 2-leg pullback. We didn't fall off quickly once we got to this top. So, I mean, not yet anyway. Are we even gonna get above? It's okay, signal bar, for sure. Twenty seconds left on this 5-minute candle. We gonna hold a higher or low, or are we gonna check one more time? Looks like we want to check one more time, potentially. I'd like to either see one more check below now and recovery, or a break back up above 37. Double bottom. We get a 1 tick or a 2 tick poke through. I always have to go pee at the worst time. The absolute worst time. Holding to the tick so far. This candle closed bullish, quite bullish. I would accept it as a double bottom. Nope. Not yet. Okay. We got our 1 tick poke. Do we get a bullish close? Do we get a nice bullish close? It's trying. Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right. Let's see if we get triggered in. If it goes lower than the signal candle before it triggers my order, then I guess we will cancel the order, but we'll just consider ourselves a little lucky, I guess. It holds the bottom here, goes back up and triggers my order. I still like it quite a bit. We did get a nice bullish reaction off a 1 tick poke for the possible W pattern here on the 1 minute. Good location for the 5 minute, right into that low volume area I was looking at. Day's really struggling though. It didn't trigger my order right away. Looks like it might come try here. Has to fill my order within this candle or a break below. Either will cancel the order. All right. Another 1 tick poke. Not a nice close or anything though. It's a good time to pee. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, specific rules, I guess, you know. Almost did everything I wanted. Put the trade in. Then it's got specific, you know, I got to fill it in 2 candles, or if it goes lower, obviously trade didn't follow through. So yeah, cancel that. So she's not quite ready yet. Little top heavy is playing out. Maybe we will finally visit our moving average. Yeah, for sure. Yep. It teased me. It almost gave me what I was looking for. It definitely did get some people for sure. Got a little stop out slide happen there. People exiting. I generally will buy the 1 tick over my signal candle. Just, it does eliminate some false readings. Sometimes you get top tick filled and then it goes straight against you. I mean, happens too, but situations like that, I used to just limit order as that candle was developing, and then a lot of the times it just never would continue at all. So I found that you can eliminate a decent amount of those like false trades, false readings, just by waiting for that candle to fully form and then getting in just above it. Does increase your risk a little bit, alter your risk reward slightly, but seem to have a little bit better luck doing it that way. I will say I am a little surprised that we made it this far back down. That strong of a push up. I mean, it did give some top heavy signals here, but the amount of time that we spent up there, I really I was suspecting like a much smaller pullback, but didn't happen that way. A little bit of a possible reversal setup happening here, right off that moving average. Still no follow through. Never even went above, eh? Quick buy up candle, instant push back down. Still trapping people. Definitely would have been some long goers there too. Some long havers. I mean, everybody that's sitting there like me, that, you know, I didn't get any of the pie on the way up. It didn't present right most of the way, and I missed the first entry because I wasn't visually prepared for that. And then, you know, a lot of people are trying to get in now on pullbacks, and the pullback is not really working. People are just kind of getting chopped up on this way down. It's a nice looking 2-bar reversal though, off of that what really wanted to be a reversal a second ago. Didn't close nice though. Dang. Close nice at all. Try to get into some low volume areas, back into the like mid 20s, 23 to 26. Yeah, that's where this would have pushed up. Through here. Yeah, right through there. I mean, I will say that it's pulled back far enough now that, like, even if I did get a strong long signal, I wouldn't try to take it for extension. I'd ride it for a few points and then probably get out. I would get out. Expecting it to make higher lows, or lower highs, sorry, and then roll over again. If it even happened. Yeah, you were watching 22 to 26. Yeah, there's kind of an open area there, very minimal trading done through there. Price just kind of shot through it. You trade with volume profile? No, yeah. Yeah, I don't either. I do keep the histogram on my dome. Just, I do like it to see those low volume traded areas like that. but and I know a lot of people that trade this product in particular do like volume profile trading. When I first started to get into futures trading, that's why everyone pushed on me, was volume profile, market profile, market profile. I used it for a little bit in the beginning, but then ultimately I was like, man, I just want to look at the candlesticks. The histo, yeah. Approaching that breakout level. It's not a bad 2-bar. I like that when it actually closes with minimal wicks like that. I like that a lot for a retest of the moving average. Good follow through. $75, $28.50. I'm gonna buy limit order in this pullback. 1, 2. Retest of our entry location. Not looking for that large of a move. It's definitely not not what we wanted to see on a limit order back in. Not at all. Was hoping it would test that entry location and then continue. Probably got caught here, but that's okay. I really liked the looks of that for a little bounce back up. First actual 2-bar the whole way down that had minimal wicks and a full body close like that. I like that. But and it had the follow through. Does look like it wants to test lower. Maybe we hold high or low here. I do have an extra tick of room. We'll see how it goes here. Minute and a half on this 5 minute. See how it closes if we're still in this trade. Longer it takes to pop though, closer and closer that moving average actually gets to me. But don't want to see 29.75 hit with one tick, and definitely do not. I might be a little ambitious with my target here. See if we get a little bit of a step in. Trying to retest the valley and hold. See if we can get a little bit of a push here. Struggling. It's almost like we're producing a little range here, and now I'm kind of caught in the middle of it. Man, dang. She just can't catch it. She can't get any traction. Might have waited too long to get out at break even, to be honest. Fought the urge for so long that nice. I'll take it at break even. It took too long. trade principle for me should have already went by now. The longer I'm in it, the closer the moving average gets. I was looking for that quick little spring back. My target was, you know, just to get 1-to-1. I was above the moving average by, you know, by a full point. The longer this takes, the more and more it looks like I might just get a little tiny check above and then failure maybe. Not wanting to. Trade didn't play out like I was hoping anyways, so I'll take it at break even. Wait again. Everything was telling me to get out at break even back here, but I was like, oh, looks okay. And then those next couple candles that really hesitated, still just losing more and more confidence. More I looked at it, my expectation out of the trade just was getting less likely and less likely for me. Bunch of inside candles here. Flat bottom for 5 minutes in a row now. Yeah, that's right. It was always the next trade. That one never followed through like I was looking for, so I'm okay with getting rid of it at break even. With that quick move down, I was still hoping that there was going to be enough buyers that maybe we'd get like a little partial of a quick little pop. Like a spring, but it didn't happen that way, so this would have ditched my trade anyway because I have a 1-tick poke that just happened right at the moving average. That would have been an immediate exit trade. If anything, that's a beautiful short signal. In fact, I'm probably going to take it. This closes bearish. 1-tick poke over that high. 2-bar reversal. We're coming right into that liquid area. We may get a little bit of a drop here. I'm going to play it. I just don't want to see a 1-tick poke to the underside. Shoot. Just like that. Have to cut it at break even if it snaps back that far after 1 tick. So I will be wrong. Probably going to cut me here. Yep. Okay. That's all right. Did not want to see it spring back after 1 tick. Was hoping we'd get a little bit of a push down through that volume area, but did not happen that way. In fact, we have a 1-tick poke and a bullish close, so it's a good flip-flop back again. For the original trade, let's see here. Accumulating fees. Hopefully the one tick poke back and forth doesn't turn into a like an expanding wedge and my flip flop bites me in the ass, but well, we didn't get one tick filled, not yet. Need to see a break over 29.75. Don't see any big stacked orders. Let's see. You think so? I don't know, man. I've never heard anybody else talk about it or say it, but just the amount of time over the last 2 years I've sat here and watched this, and I see the market like one tick probe past an important level and then immediately go the other direction. It's countless. So like I've used that as like a very key piece of information for me. Now it can make you flip-flop. Like technically right now we're in a trading range, this area, and we've one tick probed out both sides. And you know, I've flip-flopped both ways. And the trading range technically is still just holding, so you know, it could bite me, but I like the way that I did flip-flop my positions. You know, I like the original long for a spike. The spike didn't happen, so I exited the position at break even. We got a one tick poke to the upside, touching the moving average with a nice rejection candle. I like the short below it. Did get a little tiny bit of a push, but again, the thesis on the day, I mean, we were quite bullish, so if we got a long signal off that, I feel like I should take that as priority. So definitely exit that short and flip back long again. I actually like the way that I managed it a lot, even though it may bite me because we are clearly in a trading range here, but I don't hate the way I managed it at all. For now. We'll see if it holds. Oh, we got another one tick probe. Are we gonna get two? Yeah, it's gonna stop me. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, that's right. The 12:30 line and close. The volatility didn't play in my favor. So we had a few signals here. We took this one, and we took this one. We also took we also took this one. Price is trying to hold this low volume area. Didn't even get down into it really that far. Held a double bottom there after it broke below this stuff. Five-minute chart now. Trying to potentially create a reversal here as well. If we and break back up above 29.75, the original trade that we were looking for. Looks okay. We got good follow through here. This was the kind of the reaction we were looking for way back when. Pretty good follow through, nice steady pushback. Back to the high. Still didn't break the 75, I don't think yet. No, stop to the tick for now. I want to take one more stab at this and have a limit order below this at 27.50. Because that's where the entry would have been on the pop above here. I know we stopped one. We haven't broken through yet. So a test below here. Maybe hit the stop outs of these guys by one tick. And then I would actually look for a break back up through. I want 2 ticks below the low if I get triggered. If I get triggered in. I like it. I like it a lot if it happens. Okay. All right, let's see if we get any follow through. Ideally in the next 2 minutes, we climb back up a little bit so that this 5-minute candle doesn't close super nasty. That would be best case scenario. And that we bought like a good liquid area. That would be best case scenario. And then we'd be looking for an actual break above that 29.75. First candle closed pretty good. Can we get any follow through back up? Well, that's not up. Could have got a little bit of a cheaper entry, I guess, but might be another stop out. That's the follow through the wrong way. That's not what we were looking for. Retest of the low. We do have an extra tick of room under the low always, so we'll see if this develops here. If we can actually get a little bit of a push and regain a couple of these candles, it will look a lot better. Otherwise, we're just testing in under again and probably will continue to the downside. Not looking too hot. That probably should have been my break-even exit. Hindsight. There's another one tick poke lower. And the reason I say that probably should have been my break-even opportunity was because the reason that I limit ordered that location specifically was because that was the retest of that breakout area. So the first candle did react exactly how I wanted, and then the second one, you know, it didn't have any follow through. Realistically, what should have happened from that entry was we tagged it and then we immediately started to buy back up, but I didn't get that follow through. Instead, we actually candles failed to even break their highs. So the entry kind of teased, and then when this one came down and retested, that probably was my opportunity right there to just cut it, because, right, same reason that we cut it earlier. Did we get the follow through that we were actually looking for? No. That was the key piece of information. Follow through was not there, so ditch the trade. Kind of got stuck a little bit, I guess, hoping, which is a horrible thing to do, and I know that, felt it enough times now that, but didn't listen to myself. As soon as you start to kind of get that hope feeling, it's like, it shouldn't be the feeling that I'm going for. I should know should have been you know, told that I was gonna have the baton behind me, my entry behind me relatively quickly if it worked, and the fact that I didn't was a good indication that probably should have cut it, but that's okay. Another good learning lesson, remind myself of that. Like, it's a good time to do my review. Clearly I'm on the wrong side of the market now. Kind of getting caught looking for trades that aren't following through. I ended up taking 4 trades in this really tight range that never had any follow through in any direction. But anyways, it's the way of the road. We're back into the breakout location from our all-time highs from before today. We had a nice gap this morning. We had good follow through. We had good news. We knew that Powell was continuing. Market seemed to like that. We had good home sales at 11. But yeah, it all lined up with a nice gap up. We had good volume push. It kind of held. It looked really nice. On this two-legged pullback, I was absolutely interested in looking for a two-leg pullback. However, I guess I remember saying that it sold off a little bit more than I would have liked. And I think that was a little bit of an incorrect statement because I was kind of mixing up my two strategies a little bit. Obviously, the one tick poke and the reverse would have been better, but that one tick poke setup is specifically like oriented towards a mean reversion reversal style trade entry. That wasn't really what I was going for here. I was looking for a two-legged pullback. So that when that second leg did pull back a little bit further than that one tick, it wasn't a big deal, but I was kind of stuck a little bit between strategies, I guess. And I did have a nice close on this candle, right? We had very minimal wick below and a close quite high on it. So, you know, one tick above that, your entry was literally we would have almost engulfed that sell-off candle. It was a good trade, absolutely. And it did pay out nicely. You got your full extension exit. So that was a miss for sure. I was just a little bit, got to focus on that candle close. Not so much, you know, how far did we sell off here? I mean, obviously how far we sell off is important, but this was absolutely viable. We didn't break the swing point or anything like that. I was just a little bit stuck between the two strategies visually of what I was expecting, and so it caused a little bit of a miss there. After that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, no trigger there, and then we got a reset, and we had no high one entries through here. There wasn't really much for me to do through there. I knew that, I will say that, well, looking at it visually, it looked really good. The way that the candles weren't going lower, and they, you know, they were kind of curling right back up. I wanted to be long. It looked like a great long, but for my couple setups, I really didn't have a proper way to get in, so not really an entry there for me. And then same thing through here, right? We had that little bit of a sell-off, but then the next candle didn't even go any lower. We just started getting higher high candles, higher low candles again. Like, so much strength, you know, couldn't sell off at all. Market continued, no real options. Then we started to get a little bit top heavy here. And, you know, looking on the 5-minute chart, does look like a nice mean reversion opportunity up here happening. But because of how bullish of a push we were, and we were breaking into all-time highs, I wasn't too keen on, you know, trying to short the all-time high push or anything like that. So I was just chilling, waiting, and instead I was more looking for a possible two-legged pullback. So we were very patient. It never really gave me, it almost did. I think it was right through here. Yeah, right here. We had an order sitting right there. It never got tagged. It kind of did everything I wanted. We got the two-legged pullback on the 5-minute. The 1-minute chart then started to go sideways a little bit and accumulate. We got a 1-tick poke with a bullish close. Everything kind of lined up exactly how I wanted it. boom, no entry, no follow through, no nothing, instant sell the other way. So again, forced to sit on our hands. Was interested in that low volume area from the push up that didn't get hit, and then we kind of got some sideways price action in that area. So for the first trade that I took in that area, principle was we have a really nice 2-bar reversal happening from our initial touch of that area. I was looking for a quick little pop up back for a moving average test. Decent trade for sure. I like that trade. Didn't get it though. I could tell that our follow through wasn't what I was looking for, so we scratched that trade. Great management. Market ended up coming up, doing a 1-tick poke above this current area, which was exactly what I didn't want to happen when I was in that long trade. So because of how much of a sell-off we had already done, and because we were at that low volume area with the price action that happened right here, I was like, well, it looks like we're going lower, and the next stop would have been down here for me, right? More like 23s. So good risk to reward location. Instantly take that short. So that was really good that I flip-flopped like that, and I was quick to react. Market went down 1 tick below the low. Gave me the opposite signal of what I would want. Like my rule is if it goes more than 1 tick past the extreme, I will let that first pullback happen and then produce a new swing point, and then I'll adjust my risk in, and then I'll look for that second push. Didn't happen though. We had the 1 tick. That's a rule for me. I have to move my stop in because I'm reading that as the market's going to go the other way. So exit that short, and understanding that this market was quite bullish. We technically are at an okay location. That is a beautiful 1-tick poke, bullish close signal for me to get long. Take the long, and it had a little bit of follow through even. We actually got 2 candles making higher highs and higher lows. I liked it. And then, seller stepped back in. Price wasn't ready yet. We came right back down, tagged out my stop. Still interested, but didn't give another 1-tick poke, but it did hold a low, double bottom low, and then snapped a reversal. Now, when this was happening, because we didn't break the high, I was still very interested in an opportunity to buy on this little pullback, expecting a break of that high. But unfortunately, didn't happen that way. I tried to get into the little cheeky liquid area underneath a few of those candles, testing the tops of this breakout entry right there. Teased a 1 candle of, green, and then ultimately sold right off. Now, this was slight mismanagement here because I was told by the next 2 candles that the market didn't react the way that I expected. The whole principle behind why I took that trade was that it should have reacted where it did. And the fact that it didn't was good information telling me that we still had strong sellers in this market. So when price gave me an opportunity to get out at break even, or even a rate around break even, I could have minimized my loss there. And that feeling hit. Like I felt that feeling, but I didn't listen. I had a little bit of a hopium, if you will, especially after that candle retested the low and closed up high. It was difficult. That was a difficult area for me, especially after I had flip-flopped a few times through here. Was really trying to hold it, I guess, but ultimately didn't get the follow through that I wanted, so I should have just scratched the trade. That's generally how my rules work, right? Didn't get the follow through, didn't get any kind of the best trades for me always work pretty much right away. If I get the entry right, price often goes in my direction quickly. If I get that entry and price goes super stagnant, then probably didn't get the greatest entry, and it proved it here again. So the concept behind why I ditched this trade, I didn't apply the same logic here. I was a little bit I don't know, maybe because it was the fourth trade real quick in 20 minutes, and because we were approaching the end of the day, for me, I was like really hoping it would work. Maybe all that kind of played in psychologically for me. What a push back down. It's funny, if you would have shown me this in the early morning, I definitely wouldn't have expected this. Although earlier on in the session, we did talk about the fact that it had pulled down that much. Even if I would have got a nice long entry down here, I wouldn't have ran it for a new high a day. I would have taken it out on just a pop, right? Expecting a lower high. Generally with this type of accumulation after a big move, you would hope that it either holds that tight and continues, or maybe it pulls down just below it and then continues again. But did not happen that way today. Good learn day, good reminder of some stuff. I 100% did make some mistakes today. There was 2 trades on the move up, one on the 5-minute chart, one on the 1-minute chart, that gave me my exits that I go for on those trades. I go for 1-to-1 on that one, and I go for 2-to-1 on this entry. Both gave it nicely. And as far as how I managed through here, I like it a lot. The only other mistake that I made was then how I managed this one. I managed this one differently than I managed the previous ones, and that part was the mistake, the different management. And it was solely, you know, or not solely, sorry, I think it was a cluster of emotions. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, the coming into the close, you know, you're really looking to have that winner somewhere. I knew my time was running out. Knew that I had flip-flopped a bunch of trades there. Knew I had missed some trades on the move up. Even though I had the tell to scratch the trade, I just didn't listen. So, a couple mistakes. But not any mistakes that are detrimental or anything like that. Kept my losers nice and small. Wow, what a move, eh? A one-time push right back down. Woo! Trading view alerts are dinging me. But yeah, well, thanks for watching. I'll be back at it again first thing tomorrow. I'm going to stand up for a couple hours, and I'm going to come back and review this day again. Definitely some good reminders of why I do what I do. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. You're going to continue to trade safe. And see you guys first thing again, same time tomorrow morning.